Let's make a DIY Star Wars inspired wire hot knife using nichrome wire and a 9-volt battery. This project is part of an unofficial challenge to make in-universe style looking tools. My project's made up of some electrical components, some pneumatic components, and some plumbing components. Mostly 1/2-inch PVC and connectors, 2 conduit right angles, and 2 pneumatic disconnects. I drill slightly undersized so that I can thread the disconnect into the end cap of the plumbing piece here. Now I'm just test fitting to see how I'm going to make the whole thing work. It basically is going to end up looking kind of like a slingshot. Everything's press fit together. The reason why is what I want to do is be able to make the wire taut after I put it together, and the wire is very, very fragile, so I've gone through quite a bit of wire just playing with it, and being able to adjust it after the fact makes it a lot easier. It's a continuous loop of electrical settings, so there's nothing really special here. You just wire the switch here to the 9-volt battery, then it connects to the wire, and then the 9-volt battery connects to the wire on the other side. I'm using heat shrink tube to wire everything up electrically, so if I need to make any changes in the future, I don't have to deal with solder. This project was a passion project, just out of the blue. I said I want to make something because I seen everyone else making theirs. Here you can see the wire broke in testing. So I found these lugs that I'm holding on to the PVC using M6 bolts. Now the M6 bolts are the important part. The lug was just because it looked cool. So the yellow wire, which comes from the 9-volt battery, is going to go into the lug, and then on the other side of the lug I'm going to attach a spring. The spring is actually twofold. It allows some tension so that the wire doesn't break as easily when you put pressure. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it makes it harder to put too much pressure on it while testing. And of course, being Star Wars, it needs to be weathered. So here I am with some rub and buff, just completely going to town on different corners and edges. You can see the spring right there on the one side as I'm adding the rub and buff. So the spring, while conductive, will allow me to attach the nichrome wire, but at the same time it won't heat up, so it's not going to melt into the PVC. When I was testing the nichrome wire earlier, I noticed that it was actually melting the PVC a tiny bit. Here I'm testing with the power off, and you can see I can put a little bit of pressure, but I can't push through. So the next thing I do is flip the switch and test it with power. And it cuts like a knife. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe.